Hey guys, welcome to my live channel on YouTube. I am trying a whole different way of motivation here, which is nice because that's what we're gonna get into is autumn motivation, how I motivate myself like during hard times and stuff, but like when I'm also like doing content work or let's say I'm working on other projects that I'm working on, sometimes it's a different system. So, with that said, I have finally got the number that I needed for mobile live streaming. And I wanted to try it out tonight for the very first time. And I'm really, really excited because it gets me excited about what I want to work on live stream wise. So, you're not just going to get this show, you're going to see other shows happening on live, on the go. So, with that said, I have some cool live stream ideas that you're going to see within, other than this series for the end of, from now, well, since Wednesday, so from Wednesday all the way to from the Wednesday we just had to all the way till the end of the year. I'm doing this thing called Test the Seasons live stream, and it's a way for me to create really cool content for you guys, video wise, things that like excite me and I want to share with you guys as well. So it's really cool that I'm trying this new system, doing it on my iPad for the very first time. It's pretty cool, guys. So welcome. Hi to everybody who are entering in for the very first time. It's pretty cool having you guys on here, seeing what I do. So, with that said, so when it comes to autumn motivation, I think of like projects, I think of journaling, I think of music, movies, anything that's like cozy for this time of year. Now, when I think of motivation, it's a little bit different. So, we're gonna show you a little bit. So, one of the things that I love with motivation is having a journal. Reflecting time is the bestest of times. I feel like it's a very good, cozy thing to do during this time of year. So it's like something that I'm doing this autumn, and I feel like everyone should start a journal, which is nice. Like journaling is like one of my favorite things. Like I have two of them. So this is my writing one, and then we have my visual one, which is just big guy. And if you look, on top, I kind of like colored that in so it matches with my book a little bit, which is nice. I have all sorts of things in here. I've done so many spreads. If you're into fashion, music, movies, and all of that, it's like one of the coolest things. So yeah, I love being able to share that. And then another thing that I love motivation wise is, again, it's a journaling thing, but it's not really a journaling thing. It's my guided books. I love guided books, and it's a lot of fun. And this one's really cool. I got this at Five Below. I forget when. I think it was like last year sometime. And I've been still filling it out since then, since I got this book. It's so much fun. I love guided books like this, which is nice. Um, then we're gonna do some playlists next. Or like, well, no, we already went through playlists last episode, but we are going to go through some other fun stuff as well. So, like, some of the coolest things I do have. Sometimes I have my go-to playlists. I do have go-to apps. So we're gonna kind of go through my apps a little bit, which is fun. I don't know if anybody can hear me. Maybe I need to turn up the volume. If that's better, guys, if you can hear me, I know I can hear myself. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Some of the apps that I have, like I have Spotify, I have Facebook, I have Instagram. Now on Instagram, I have 2 accounts. I will be starting another profile pretty soon for my craft stuff. And I believe either it's going to be crafts or my photography is going to go there. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing with it yet, but I know it's going to be something like that, which is pretty cool. And then I have my fashion account, which is something that I started back in during the pandemic. I did it during the pandemic when I started that account. So if you're not following those 2 accounts, you might want to check that out. But just letting you know, I'm still trying to set up the other one still. So you will see that soon. Okay? Now, some of the other things we'll talk about on here. It's pretty cool that I like to do live streams with you guys. Welcome if you're coming in as you go. You can ask me questions, whatever you want to know. I will answer them for you. Some things that like do motivate me is my friends, people that like help me with a lot of things. I'm gonna show you one of my favorite. So when it comes to when it comes to different projects that I'm working on, I am working on a bracelet business. I've been working on making the bracelets like time and time again. And same thing with my clay work. I've been doing both, which is nice. I just need to spend more time with that, but that's okay. I do have to say, those are the 2 of my main projects that I'm working on, as well as working on my YouTube channel, as you probably have noticed, for any newcomers. It's pretty cool to have you guys on here. I love trying new things. So I love the system that with the mobile thing, I'm like experimenting with you guys tonight and see how this works with mobile streaming. It's interesting how this is set up. So that's something I'm going to be doing a lot more of. Just tonight, I wanted to try it out on my iPad. I will be doing it on my phone. So, like, there's going to be a series in the new year that I'm going to be starting, which is pretty cool. It's going to be based off of my album that I'm working on. Yes, I am working on a music thing, a music project, which is pretty cool. I've been doing it for a while now. I'm still working on getting all the songs that I want, and then I'm going to start the recording process. So yeah, so that's something else that I'm working on as well, which is nice. Like, I can always give you a little, I'll share a little teaser with one of them. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek of one of the songs. I'm gonna go into my notebook here. I have this app called Notebook. It's a life changer, literally, and I love it. So it's like really, really cool. So like we're gonna share. There's this one that I like, and we're gonna do glow stick. I started this like last year, this particular project. So yeah, I'm gonna read this for you guys tonight. Ever changing magic is my passport to Neverland. Rainbow lenses reflecting in 360 mirrors circulating. In my dreams of escapism and fantasyland, every girl's kind of paradise wishing upon a star radiating. Free spirited energy, the unicorn style, freedom features my evolutional stage I've created. Aesthetic social medias became the profile. Imagery, quotes, beautiful things I've emulated. Splashing Picasso like a watercolor face, explosion on my glow stick, splattering everywhere. Decoration of soul searching and artistic craze, shockwaves into my glow stick, a musical fanfare. Swipe right, swipe left, aesthetic pleasing pictures of my life display like starry nights above, emulating musical magic into light. Fixtures. Visual stories, diaries and soul searching for that love, grabbing attention, intention, dimension, creation of mythical creatures, fictional tears, mysterious disguises, dragons, evil queens, and castles is beyond my comprehension. Magical adventures written in my storybook surprises. Splashing Picasso like a watercolor face, exploding on my glow stick, splattering everywhere. Decoration of soul searching and artistic craze, shockwaves into my glow stick, musical fanfare. So that's glow stick for you guys. That's one of the songs that I'm gonna be doing. Just to give you a little sneak peek of that project. Now, some of the things that so we're gonna go into Lemony. Lemony is one of my favorite apps. One of it's really really cool. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys. This is how I get my motivation. That and Pinterest. If you want to go off of apps. Okay, so this is what it looks like in the For You page. They have all the different categories on top. There's a ton of them. But like for following, like I follow like really, really, really interesting people. And it's so fun how each thing has its own things. So it's like stories and different things to like work on. It's like been changing my life for a lot of different things. So it's like Pinterest, but it's like more like positive motivation things to like. It's like they also do videos, but like they also do different things. So that's why I love this app. And then we have Pinterest. Now my Pinterest is a cozy thing, which I love because that's how I call autumn. It's like a cozy season. We all know what Pinterest is, okay? So like I have boards for every little thing practically on here, which is nice. But I also like look up different things that like inspire me. Like I have a board for everything practically. If you're not following that, you can check that out too. So those are like my main two motivation things basically. But we are gonna go through the cozy sec. We're gonna go through my life stuff. I won't. So we're gonna. This is the stuff that I use. that like motivates me, like things to use. So like I have Walmart on here, ShopRite is on here, Rice Markets. I have Dunkin' Donuts, Panera, Friendlies, Half Lemons, Tiny Decisions, and MD Vinyl. Those are the things that like help me get going in some ways. So like food shopping, organization, things that I need, um, recipes, making decisions sometimes, and a way to like listen to music off of Spotify, but like in the vinyl version of it. That's what MD Vinyl is if you don't know what that is. So yeah, which is really really cool. Then we have some other fun stuff that I use on my phone that also motivates me. Like if you're a creator like me, yes, a creator is like another way of motivation for me. Like being a creator kind of like inspires me, which is nice. So we all know what the camera is on the phone, so I'm not going to share too much about that. But we have camcorder, if you look. I use camcorder for video making, which is really, really cool. It's like vintage style, and I love that type of thing. We have Fuji. That's like a Polaroid version of pictures. Then we have Visco for editing. Focus is like double camera. I love the double camera thing, which is nice. Double is the same thing, but I like having both. Then we have CapCut. I use CapCut for editing. Use Video Hop. I'm gonna be experimenting with a Video Hop. I've seen one of my favorite celebs use it, and I'm like, oh wow, I should really try that. It's very interesting. Same thing with InShot. So those two I'm gonna be trying out. And then we have Piccollage. I use Piccollage on my phone and on my iPad. The nice thing is about this is that I get to, because I like doing mood boards and I like doing digital art and digital work. I try to make time for that, but it's pretty cool, some of the work that I've done on that. I sometimes print things out and I put it in my journal, in my bullet journal, because I have 2 journals. So, with that said, then we have 1SE. If you don't know what 1SE is, that's like 1 second every day. You take with your camera roll, and you can put like pictures on there and videos, and it's like a loop almost, but it's not really a loop. It's like a video at the end of the year, and you get to share it with your friends, family. So yeah, I love that. And then we all know what Photos is, and Google Photos. I have both. And then I have Perry Page. Perry Page is my black and white photo printer that I use. That's how I do some of the really cool pictures. So yeah. And then we all know what YouTube Studio is. That's how I edit. Well, mostly like check things for my channel. So yeah, so there's all that. Now, one of my favorite motivational apps that I love is the Notebook system. I have this app called Notebook, and that's where everything lives practically. So we have a folder with my name on it, and that's where I keep organized with everything. What happened to that now? It's fine. And then we have different sections. I have recipes in here. Like, I keep all my cool stuff that like people are into, but at the same time, it's like a way to like get organized. Now, I started my own planner system in here, where I like save different documents. I save PDFs. It's like a way to like get organized a little bit. I use it like on a daily, which is nice. It's like a way for me to like get myself together for different things. Yeah. And then what else do I have? Escape Room is, so I have a notebook called Escape Room, which is like all the different projects that I'm working on. So like we have my visual album, we have YouTube, because yes, I have a YouTube channel and I want to make sure if there's anything that I want, it goes in there. I have some of my digital art, so I can show you guys some of my work so far. We have, this one is called Trying Out My Pencil. We all know that the iPad comes with a pencil. I've done this, which is nice. I've done this. And then I've done this rainbow picture. That's something I've done. So it's like some of my digital art is in this really cool folder. And then we have a writing space on here. I haven't really done much with my book that I started, but that's okay. But yes, I've been working on a book for a while now, and my other film project that I am gonna be making a movie sometime. It'll probably be most likely in the new year, because right now I have to like figure out what I'm doing. So it might be a January sometime. Probably most likely come the new year, it'll be up. I just need to like work on it. It's called In Another World. And I know I'm living it, but that's okay. That's just how it is. But like, so yeah, so that's a little tidbit on that film that I'll be making. Now, what else do I have for you? I feel like this episode is all things projects, all things digital work, all things sometimes all things inspirational, all things motivating, all things regarding how I put together different things. Meaning like set up different stations that I have. So like I have a cart for all my projects where I have all my DIY stuff. That's what I have. And then I'll show you some other stuff that I have. Like I have my songwriting journal. This is how I like also write my songs, not just on the digital forefront. I also have a physical book. I still write in notebooks, okay? I have a notebook for everything. I've always been that way growing up. I've always had a notebook in my hand growing up. So if you ever see me with a notebook, there's a reason why for that. So yeah. So this one's my songwriting one, and then I have my new creative writing book. And I've been working on an AI film. So you're gonna see that, and I'm gonna be using In Another World part of that whole thing. So it's pretty cool how I'm going about that. So in here, I'm not gonna spoil anything. I don't really have much, but yeah. it's pretty cool how I do my projects. Now, what's really cool is I still have this picture right next to me. It's like really cool fashion pic that I like. I don't have room in my bullet journal for it because it's so big, but I do plan to put it in like on a cover of a composition book or something of that nature. But it's like a really cool picture. I love iconic celeb fashion, so that's something that I love, which is nice. I do love making lists. Lists have been a thing, so yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna give you a sneak peek of what I did in my journal, actually, for that matter, in my bullet journal. So I'm gonna show you guys my fashion spreads, and I'm gonna share also my YouTube ideas that I have so far. So we have, for YouTube, we have live streams, New Year's diary, fall girl guide, self-care guide, holiday motivation, my favorite things, and Friday night ideas. So those are things to look out for when you're checking out this live stream series. So yeah. I'm gonna have some of my other stuff in here. So I'm gonna show you guys this side. Yes, I'm gonna share some of my fashion spreads since y'all know that I love my fashion. So yeah, so this is like some of my fashion inspirations when it comes to like my fashion career. Like I love being like inspired in that way. So yeah, so I have multiple spreads with fashion. I did this like this afternoon because I thought it was like really fun to do. Like being creative for a moment. Now if you look here on the side, how I do my boards, this is what I reference to as well. So it's like if you look, I am known for making this. Now if you also look on this side, I did the same thing for this one, and this one, and this one, and I put it all together. I use tape, sometimes I use glue, but besides the point of how I put these together. So yeah, so like I am like experimenting in this bullet journal, a little bit of everything. So yeah, so that's like some of my fashion content. I'm gonna show you guys something else that's pretty cool that's in here. When I did these spreads in the beginning of my book, when I did all these with celebs and fashion and music, that's another really cool spread that I've done in motivation. The next one that I'm gonna show is this really cool sticker one. This one's another really cool spread that I did with stickers. It's always fun to use stickers. I'm a very visual girl. I've been like that like all my life, and sometimes people forget that I have that. So it's like really cool to know that about me because I wasn't much of an intellectual student. Like, it's interesting how I was back when I was like into like I was trying to, when it came to like studying and stuff, I had to have like a visual right in front of me, but it's hard to have just visual sometimes because let's say, was a reading thing. Let's say if it was math. Like, numbers confuse me for the life of me, but at the same time, you know, that side of my brain is different than the other side. The other side's more visual and more creative. The other side's like intellectual and trying to work with your mind a little bit. Like, that's where I'm a little foggy. But if you did not know that about me, I love doing fast facts for you guys. So if you want some fast facts about me, I will do like a regular video about that. Some things, maybe I can do a little get to know me, like I did in the beginning of the year. If you don't remember when I did get to know the creator. So yeah. Since we're doing live, let's see if we can do this. Let's try something with you guys. I want to try this. Let's see what some of this stuff is. Ah, okay. That's a very interesting thing. I like that. Ooh. Okay, comes with lighting. I like that. I do. Let's see what else is here. Too bad. Wait, how do we... Whoop, sorry guys. That was a test. That's the rotation thing. Ooh, retouch. Okay. So there's a lot of visual things on here. It's very... Like, I'm experimenting tonight. So if I sound confusing to any of you, I'm just experimenting tonight with some of this stuff. So I'm sorry for the ultimate confusion of life on this channel, or at least on this video. I'm trying a little bit of everything for you guys. Whoop. I don't know what happened there, but that was interesting. Is this screen share? Ah! We can do a green screen! Okay, this is cool. I'm gonna show you some things that's on here then. How cool is that? Okay. So you all know about this board. Yeah, you can see me, but like if you look, that's my thing for the year. This is how I motivate myself. So it's like my mood board for the year. I'm gonna show you guys what I did for next year. Have a concept. This is 2026 for you guys. So it's like how I envision the different things. So like we have music and notebook, we have photography, we have yoga, we have going to the library situation, we have a guitar and songwriting stuff, eating healthy, going on adventures, taking pictures of all kinds, being inspired. So yeah, so that's that board for you. I like this green screen thing. This is cool. So like I said, this is a very experimental live stream with you guys. Don't mind the sound effects. That'll motivate us. Then we have... I can give you a little teaser for my film. If you look, these are some of the characters that's going to be in a vision for one of my characters. And then if you look, I'm not the man, but if you look, it's like a creator system. It kind of shows you an idea of which route I'm going with in my film. I figured I'd show you guys some of my boards for that. Now, the next one I'll show you guys is pretty cool that I've done. I'm gonna show you guys some really cool stuff that I have on my thing. I love experimenting with different things, so yeah. Then we have, so this is a thing for bucket lists for the year. It goes from September to December, and it has all the different things. If you look at November, some of the things that I use in my planner, or some of the things that like inspire me, some of the dates might be wrong, so don't quote the dates so much, but for this month, for us girls, we can do like berry lips and nails. If you don't know what color a berry is, if you think blueberry, that's blue. Strawberry is red. So yeah. Harvest home decor. So like if you have like things that like remind you of Thanksgiving, remind you of cozy vibes of that sense, like harvest themed stuff, I'm into that. Make pumpkin pancakes. I haven't done that yet. I know I want to make pancakes at some point, so that'd be really cool. Then we have Lush Holiday Collection. I'm sure they break out on a lot of that, which is pretty cool. Then they have the Simmer Mulled Wine, which is Simmer. I'm reading things wrong. Yeah, it says Simmer Mulled Wine. I've never had that before, but it sounds interesting. I would try anything for it first. But I would recommend that if you're into that type of stuff. Then we have doing like a book club reading list. I think that would be really cool for a live stream. Like do a live stream book club with you guys. I think that would be really cool. I did get a book that I will be reading during this time of year, so I'm pretty excited to read that. And I remember showing you guys in the one I did on Wednesday. Then we have Thanksgiving baking. I feel like that's really a lot of fun. That's like pumpkin pies, apple pies, all of that, which is pretty cool. And then we have, it even says that right there, bake apple and pumpkin. We all know when Thanksgiving is. Don't refer to this date, it's really the 27th this year. And then new Christmas ornament, that's also a thing for this year as well. Like, that's like a good thing to do, like to kind of like slowly prepare for the next holiday. But let's start with November. That's how I put that. Now, I'm going to show some other stuff with you guys. So that would be something that I've tried. We're gonna show you some different things here. Like I'll show you guys some of my work with collaging. Like you can see a little bit of this. I don't know why it does that. Let's see, there's this one as well. Here's another one of my collages that I've done, which is pretty cool. If you're into that type of stuff, that's a lot of fun. I love collaging like this. And then I also show you guys some really other cool stuff that's on here. That am inspired, things that I'm also inspired by is quotes. So I'm going to show you guys one of my favorite quotes. Now, it says, everybody is searching for the end of the rainbow. It's just the beginning. I believe that's what it says at the bottom. If you can't read the bottom, but that's what this is. Now, I'm going to go this way. And I'm going to show you guys this collage. Now, I don't know if you guys know about this a little bit. I'm going to kind of give you a rundown of my theater experiences. But first, I want to show you this board. It says, because I am a theater kid, like every other people are, so that's something that I've also am motivated by. So I'm going to read this for you. It says, theater kid, I will burst out into song and dance at any given moment. Yep. Now, put the 2 and 2 together. There's a why I go like this or whatever. So yeah. So like I've always been into the whole costuming thing. I've done all sorts of performing. I've done talent shows. I've done acting. I've done costume design. So that kind of gives you a little bit of a resume that I've done. So if you look at some of these pictures, I've also helped paint sets one time as well. So I was a mix of theater. And plus, growing up, my mom, well, I'm going to say she inspired, I got this inspiration from when I was little too. And I was into like theater music at one point in my life. So you can see some of these really cool pics from this collage. It's really like really cool. I did not put this one together though. This one came as is. Now, another really cool motivating thing. I love sharing these things with you. I think it's like really cool. Now, I'm gonna do something really cool for you guys. I'm gonna pop up a really okay. Oh, why is it like that? That's weird. Well, if you look here, you can see that it's World Kindness Day coming up on the 13th. Veterans Day is tomorrow, so honor your veterans. There's National Happy Hour Day coming up. So like I love celebrating different national holidays. I always put in my calendar so I could be like, ooh, this is what's coming up. So yeah. National Fast Food Day is coming up. And then there's National Hiking Day for the people who are hikers out there. So yes. So there's all sorts of different things with that. So like this is a way for inspiration. Now we're gonna go to my playlist inspired. So these are the different ones that I want to implement into my playlist making. So like if you look here, these are all different ideas for playlists. So we have all these different ones. It's like really interesting, some of these different playlist ideas that I have. So yeah, so that is like some ideas if you're like into like making playlists. Now on to the next thing that's also pretty cool in the motivating world that I'll share with you guys. For anyone that are TikTokers, I'm gonna give you some song ideas to do. Like, if you look here, I've done some of these already. Some of them, yeah, I've done all of this practically, but like some of them I want to redo because it's been a minute. But yeah. So these are like some ideas for your TikTokers out there. I know a lot of people are using the app. Some people don't, which I understand. So you don't have to be perfect. So this kind of like gives you some inspo for songs. You don't have to go with this list, but it's really, really cool to kind of like see what's out there, which is nice. Then we get I'm going to share this little thing. It's an interesting quote and very good inspiration to live by. I mean, I live by inspiration, okay? That's something that I've always had a sense of finding myself in things that I love, which is nice. So yeah, so this is a very interesting quote. I'm gonna go like this if you can see. I feel like this is like, we all just need to hear this. This is like the perfect life advice we all need. Like work-life patterns and working on that. Me, 10 high leverage. That's me. I've been trying to work on that a little bit. And then I'm gonna do one last picture for you guys. And then we're gonna wrap it up for you. So that's gonna be really, really cool. Another inspirational thing, which is pretty cool. If you all know what Disney is, you would get this. I've always been a Disney girl growing up, and it's really, really cool to like share this with you guys. This is a really, really fun way of putting things, at least in my book. So I'm gonna show you which ones that are pretty cool, and that would be just keep swimming. I always say that all the time. And then I also like the one about the Hakuna Matata one. That's also a good one. And then same thing with Infinity and Beyond. That's another one of my favorites as well. As we slowly approach the closing time, I don't want to jinx it with music, but for the last 10 minutes, I am gonna try to do that with you. So that was pretty cool working with green screen. I hope all enjoyed that segment. Now, I know I don't want to jinx myself, but we're gonna wrap up with some music. I don't want to jinx myself. Okay, so I'm gonna play off of a playlist that I once made, and it's not gonna be crazy. It's gonna be like really interesting. And we all know that it's fall season, and we have basically 9 minutes. So I figure we just get into it. Now, this is the first song. It's called The Story by Sarah Ramirez. The song.
All of these lines across
This is one of my favorite songs.
Tell you the story of who I am. So many stories of where I've been and how I got to where I am. But these stories don't mean anything when you've got no one to tell them to. It's true.
Now we're gonna go on to the next one. Okay. The next one that I like is Who I Am by Jessica. The next one I'm gonna play for you guys is Who I Am by Jessica Andrews, another one of my favorite. I'm like a girl that likes a mix of everything, but yeah, listen to this one. As you can tell, I'm in a reflective place of my life.
If I live to be 100 and never see the 7 wonders, that'll be alright. If I don't make it to the
This is one of my favorite, another one of my favorites.
I'm gonna be just fine. 'Cause I know exactly who I am.
Now, for the next song, we're gonna do something that I don't normally listen to, but like I do have a new profound look on the next genre of music. I'm always finding my soundtrack. So we're gonna go into something a little different than you guys are used to. I've always been a pop girly. I've always been, let's say, in that forefront for the longest time. And I keep on forgetting there's other genres out there. And I want to thank some people for some of this. Because it brought back memories for me. So we're going to go that route tonight. So we're going to go into here. We all know what this one is. We're gonna get a little rocking. Now you know I brought back rock in my life. Now, how to do that. Now we're gonna do a song that I have literally the whole album on my Apple Music as well, because I also have Apple Music as well as Spotify. So with that being said, if you know who Linkin Park is, I've had this album for my whole entire life, and the fact that I'm listening to some of those songs again is a shock. Check this out. One of my favorites.
It starts with one thing. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain in due time. All I know, time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. Watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock takes life away. It's so unreal. Didn't look down low. Watch the time go right out.
So yeah, so that's kind of like a little overview of some of my music that I've crossed into. So with that being said, we have a few minutes left. So what I want to do is kind of wrap things up a little bit with you guys. I love being able to share some of this. So I'm going to pop a pic to end the night that was once taken of me. Or I should just say, more like there you go. This is how I'm going to end things with you guys. With this little picture behind me. POV, she loves turtles. If you don't know this about me, I am obsessed with sea turtles. And I don't know why. If you were to be here, let's say, I have multiple sea turtles in my collection of decor. Especially like in the summertime. It's like it's very interesting about me. Anyway, so this is how we're gonna end things with this cool picture behind me. I hope all enjoyed being on with me tonight. I know it might be a little confusing for all of you, but like I said, I'm experimenting with this whole get to know the live streaming on mobile devices, and I think I'm getting a handle of it, but I'm still learning. So I hope this video was interesting, inspiring, fun, motivating, things that just kind of like excited you guys for the night. And it's pretty cool to share some of the things that motivate me, things that like are good for motivating you guys as well, for people who are into this type of stuff. Not that you all are, but you know, it's interesting how I've come with this. So it's a lot of fun. I love experimenting. So with that said, I hope you all enjoyed this and love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Love you. I don't even know how to. This is the part of learning, guys.